What am I going for here?
Very useful things in a camping kitchen.
Got it. I got it. When I heard that there was such a thing as square pots or pans or skillets, this made perfect sense to me because I have a small but large or round pan. It does not fit on these little camp stoves very well. And I just knew this was the perfect solution. And look at this. This is the square skillet. I also have the nesting pots. It's from, oh no, I forgot what it's called, Joe. The Smart Space Nesting 10-piece kit, which seems like a lot, but there weren't really that many things. These are the pots, and the handles are separate. You only put the handles on when you move them. So they come with one handle for the pots and one handle for the skillet. The handle has a button on it, and then it releases the side. And there's only one side that it fits in with the lid on it right there. And then you close it. And now you can move it if you need
This is the Berkey Kit. This is one of the most valuable things we have in our kitchen, I would say. If you're not familiar with the Berkey, typical Berkeys, at least the ones that I know, is the travel Berkey. Travel Berkey's about this big around and about this tall. We've got one in our home, our kids have one. And when we decided to go camping, we wanted to get something that was smaller because we're in a smaller space. And Sherry had suggested the Berkey Kit. If you're not familiar with the Berkey, or any Berkey, they have a charcoal filter in them. Some also, you can put a fluoride filter on the bottom. The Berkey does not have that. So you put water in this end, and then the water drains through, comes out here, and fills up this vessel. So when that's full, pour it in there, refill it, set it back up, and it drains pretty quick too, so it fills up easily. So when you're not using it, you can simply take it apart, take the cap off, take the charcoal filter out. This sits, there's a little in there, sits inside of itself. Then this wouldn't be on there. You put the cap on there, and it all fits into this nice storage thing. Technical words here, thing. We put the charcoal filter in a plastic bag because there's still water in it sometimes, and then it stores away nicely in here. The part that we don't have with us for the kit is the blue water bottle that comes with it, which also has a filter in it, which is really nice. We've missed it a couple of times, and it's a shame that I forgot it because it would have been nice to have. So, there it is. The Berkey filter. I love it.
One of the other things that I think has been especially valuable in the kitchen is an Instant Pot. I use a full-size Instant Pot at home, and I bought the 3-quart Instant Pot for traveling. And has the feel of a slow cooker that cooks really fast. Does that make sense?
Slow cooker that cooks really fast. If that's not their slogan, it needs to be.
Good. I'm glad that works. So it's just a pot. You open it up, and it has this liner inside of it. And I steam a lot of things, so could you help me? And because I steam a lot of things, I bought the optional steamer basket, and it fits inside. So then it doesn't, whatever you're cooking doesn't cook in water. It works. But most of the things you just throw in the pot. Like today I'm just gonna prep some rice for supper. So I have 1 1/4 cup of rice, brown rice that I drained. And then I just have to add 1 1/2 cups of water to it, and then we'll be ready to go. So this is a pressure cooker, so some people are afraid of them, but this has like 10 to 12 safety features. It's nothing like the ones from many years ago, and it's very safe to use. It has a sealing vent on top, vent or seal. You put it on sealed to pressure cook it, and then you just press. It's a little different than the one I have at home, but I think you press Pressure cook. Okay, it's on the other side. And actually, this one is nice because it defaults to what you did last time, which is 22 minutes on high. And there we go. It's going. I don't have to do anything with it. It has to come up to pressure first. It'll cook the rice, and then I'm just going to unplug it and let it cool down naturally. And then the pressure will release once it's cooled down, and the rice is done. So set it and forget it. I use this a lot for prepping, like batch cooking for the week. I don't usually cook whole meals, but sometimes I'll cook like individual ingredients that I can use later. So it's great for rice. It's great for making beans, which are so much better when you make them yourself. And anything you get vegetable-wise, like you can throw in beets, 4 minutes and you have mashed potatoes. You can make whole meals like pastas and soups and curries. There's a ton of different options depending on oatmeal. You can use it for breakfast too. Highly recommend. It's great for camping if you have shore power. You don't have to use your propane for anything. You can save the propane and just cook using this. That's why I love it.
Well, hi there. I'm just sitting here admiring my 32-ounce Aquabot.
Oh God, this seems like it's going in a bad direction.
I was just thinking that this is so much better than the 16-ounce. Because the 16 doesn't have, the ability to really fire.
Oh my gosh. Joseph.
It says on here that you can use this thing for pots and pans. You can mist yourself. Whoa, I didn't have it on mist. There we go. There. That is nice.
Oh man.
Oh, it says you can drink from it too.
No. Oh.
Let's see how far it shoots. All right.
What do we? Can you tell them what we use it for other than
We
squirting
use this
ourselves?
For everything from washing out the dog dishes to rinsing off our pots and pans. It conserves water like crazy. It's a pressurized vessel. You pump this thing, and then it pressurizes it. You push on here, and it fires. Oh, it went all the way up the tree. Let's see
We
how far it
actually
goes.
have never used it to spray ourselves, but it seems like most of the video is going to be about spraying ourselves, which is hilarious.
I encourage you to do it. All right.
Okay, where are you
let's
going to
do
stand?
This is 10 feet to here. How many feet would you say that is?
It's beyond. It's hitting the table. Wait, right there. Ah, Joseph.
This is definitely one of the must-haves for the camper. It works very well. It really does. One more time.
So what I have here is the Omni Oven. In our camper, we don't have an oven. We just have a cooktop. I went 5 months without an oven before I decided that I think I wanted to have this along. So this is our first trip with this. It has a base, and then it has this pan that kind of looks like a bun pan, but it has a cover on it. And I bought a kit that included this silicone liner because I wanted easy cleanup. And they also have some parchment paper liners if you just use the metal pan. And then there's a rack that came in it too. But I almost always have cooked with this in it just because I want the cleanup to be as easy as possible. The idea is you put your food in there, put it out there, and it cooks using convection, like as if you were baking it. And I've had really good success with it so far. The only challenge I found was it didn't seem to, I used it on my Binger burner and it made like a discoloration that I'm gonna have to clean when I get home. I don't know if, I have to research that. I'm not sure why it did that, but I've been using it on my small burner, no problems. I'm preheating the oven right now.
Why are we whispering?
The recipe I'm making today is a baked oatmeal. It wasn't created for the Omni Oven. They say you can make anything that you would bake in the Omni Oven, so I didn't pick a recipe that was specific to that. I'll put the link to the recipe below, so if you're interested in trying it, you can. It's a really good recipe. Okay, so I've prepared the baked oatmeal mixture in here, and I'm just gonna load it into the pan. So it has been the amount of time that the recipe lists which is 30 to 35 minutes. And I have cooked it at a medium. It's like the medium setting on the stove. And let's look at what it looks like. I'm happy with this. Some people don't think that it browns in this, but I think, hopefully you can see that it definitely does brown the top really nicely. And then you just lift it out of the base. Oh, am I supposed to take a bite? So I have used this oven to make baked spaghetti, baked tofu, like a shepherd's pie, a brownie. Sometimes I go like 4 or 5 days where I use it every day, and sometimes I go 4 or 5 days where I don't use it at all. This is like a thick oatmeal. This is exactly what you want out of baked oatmeal, and hopefully I don't burn my mouth. That's seriously so good. Don't skip the peanut butter. I think it's gonna get a lot of use.